Max Verstappen's superb weekend in Baku has reignited some bold talk. Could he really be back in the title fight? After 2 wins in a row and Piastri's early retirement in Baku, Verstappen clawed back 40 points on the Australian's lead. But can he keep this form up? And what would need to happen for him to be the one lifting the trophy in Abu Dhabi, with 7 races and 3 sprint events left? Baku proved once again that Verstappen performs at his best on tracks he likes. When everything falls into place, he extracts every bit of performance from the car. With Piastri out on lap 1 and Norris compromised between Leclerc and Tsunoda, the path opened for Verstappen to claim a dominant victory, his 6th Grand Slam, matching Hamilton and sitting just 2 behind the legendary Jim Clark. More than the records though, the biggest takeaway is simple: Verstappen has put himself back in the championship conversation. Whether he can stay there will depend on consistency, a bit of luck, and how his rivals respond over the remaining rounds. It might sound a bit far-fetched. Piastri not finishing is a rare way for a race to end, but it's okay to let yourself dream. Some circuits simply won't suit the RB21, and Singapore looks like the first real test. Still, the upgrades appear to be doing their job. Mekies is taking a very technical approach and giving Verstappen more influence over how the car behaves, which leaves the 4-time champion visibly happier. You can even see him tapping the car after qualifying. He's begun to trust that the car will do what it needs to. With Tsunoda P6 in Baku, it's clear the strong results aren't just flukes. Verstappen is being cautious about his chances to catch Piastri. The gap is 69 points. It's tough, but not impossible. He doesn't have to rely on a McLaren DNF. He would need to outscore Norris by 6 points and Piastri by 10 points at each remaining weekend to close the gap. With 3 sprint races on the calendar, the 4-time champion might find things a little easier, provided everything goes exactly right. As he put it, there are 7 races left and a 69-point gap is still huge. He said he would need a flawless run from himself and a bit of bad luck for McLaren to have a real shot, so it remains a tough ask. The team is at least hoping the Monza upgrades help. A new floor has made Red Bull stronger on low downforce tracks, so they should be competitive there. That doesn't guarantee the same on high downforce circuits like Singapore though. Stella has been openly upbeat, but both Max and Helmut Marko have taken that optimism more cautiously. Marko even shrugged it off as Andrea's optimism, suggesting he's not fully convinced yet. I'll wait until after Singapore before getting excited. If we look competitive there, then maybe we can start dreaming. The problem isn't just the high downforce, it's the scorching heat, and our car doesn't seem to like that. Singapore will be the true test of the upgrades. With more than 200 points still up for grabs, the standings can flip in an instant. Hoping Piastri has another nightmare like Baku is wishful thinking. This could be the perfect time for him to have one let's go for it weekend. Drivers get one of those. Lando has cut the gap to just 6 points, which will give Red Bull plenty to worry about. The McLaren pair will be battling even harder for position. Short of a retirement, a crash between them is a real possibility. They have a lot to prove to the team, and blowing it up on track would only make life easier for Verstappen. I know a lot of you think I'm daydreaming, and I'm not saying Max is suddenly back in the title fight. I'm just pointing out that if we see conditions like Baku again, combined with Red Bull's stronger pace after the Monza upgrades, the championship picture could look very different. Max gets that. He also knows his recent wins have come on low downforce tracks, and neither he nor the team yet know if the upgrades will help on high downforce circuits. As the 4-time world champion put it, it's really a mix of several things that have improved in the last few weeks, and they've learned more about the car. With 2 low downforce races coming up, we'll soon see how they perform on different layouts. For now, they're pleased with progress, but the true test will be the upcoming events. Looking at the calendar, Red Bull should be strong in Las Vegas because it resembles Baku, but most of the other races look more demanding. Singapore has been nothing short of a nightmare for Verstappen and Red Bull. It's one of the few tracks he's never managed to win at, even during the season when he dominated with 19 victories out of 23 races. Kota is another downforce-heavy venue, full of fast bends and long, quick sections, while Mexico's altitude brings its own quirks. The thin air there forces teams to fit big wings to find enough grip, so getting the balance between chassis setup and wing choice right becomes crucial, and it's a circuit Verstappen really enjoys. After that, the calendar opens up and really anything can happen. By Abu Dhabi, the picture could look very different. Right now, on paper at least, Verstappen is very much back in the title hunt. If he keeps producing the kind of form he's shown lately, he might not even need McLaren to slip up. Still, the idea he'll storm to 7 straight wins plus 3 sprint victories is probably wishful thinking. If he did pull that off, though, most people would accept that he'd have firmly established himself among the sport's greatest. McLaren boss Andrea Stella won't write off Red Bull. He reminded everyone that as long as Verstappen is in the mix, he's dangerous. Add to that McLaren's recent upgrades, which have made them genuinely competitive, and you've got a serious challenge for the rest of the field. Stella was clear. Red Bull are a real threat to win races and to challenge for the driver's title. Is Verstappen back in the hunt with 224 points still on the table? Yes, emphatically. Never forget, he's Max Verstappen, a 4-time world champion in a very fast car. There will be races where McLaren simply won't have the pace. We also have to ask whether his crash in Austria will come back to cost him later in the season, but those results are behind him now. All he can do is keep fighting at the front and keep stealing points from Piastri. A 69-point deficit looks huge right now, but it can shrink very quickly. With that in mind, do you think the 4-time world champion still has a shot at the 2025 title? Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. See you in the next video.